27-year-old Sarah Jones was doing her job. Part of the Midnight Rider crew, instructed to place their equipment and a metal bed on these railroad tracks, only to see a train coming towards them at 57 miles per hour and smashing into the bed.
The train hit the bed. It sent shrapnel flying everywhere, and she was hit.
The shrapnel apparently hit her and caused her to knock her into the train.
Wayne County 911.
Can you get my location where I am? I would think we need an ambulance. Well, someone got hit by a train.
7 crew members suffered injuries in the accident. Sarah Jones lost her life.
It's clear that certainly the producers and director, they messed up real bad.
It was a live track. There were tracks elsewhere in the vicinity that were not live tracks that could have been used.
2020 found a train trestle just a few hours away, where an on-site railroad official was able to shut down train traffic so we could film safely.
You go on a railroad track without permission, there's a big spectrum of what could happen. If the spectrum goes all the way to somebody dies, you just don't do it.
Joyce Gilliard was recuperating when producer-director Randall Miller paid her a visit.
He came to my hospital room a couple days after the tragedy happened. He didn't say anything, he just cried. He just cried.
The Wayne County DA has charged Randall Miller and 3 other members of the Midnight Rider team with involuntary manslaughter.
Involuntary manslaughter carries a maximum of 10 years.
They've each pleaded not guilty.
Everybody's trying to distance themselves from responsibility, saying it was not their fault.
Finally, there are words from the man at the center of the tragedy, Randall Miller, testifying in a civil suit filed against him by Greg Allman, the subject of Midnight Rider, and saying one phrase 3 times.
Did you even employ anyone to go down the railroad track, maybe 3 or 4 miles down, to warn people when the train was coming?
Unfortunately, that's not my job.
Do you know where anybody was down that track before that train accident occurred?
Again, it's not my job.
You didn't ask CSX how many trains were coming down that trestle, did you?
Again, that's not my job.
Recalling the final warning that was given to his crew.
That if a train were to come, that at the very least we'd have 60 seconds.
You actually believe that you can get a metal bed off the track and the people off the track in 60 seconds?
Well, I didn't. Yes.
Claiming he'd gotten the okay for his shoot from a company that owns land next to the tracks.
You had a written permission, sir, to be on the train track.
We had permission from Rainier, who gave us the permission to be there.
The company Rainier owned the land next to the tracks, but not the tracks themselves, which is where the deadly shoot occurred.
Did you have written permission from CSX, the railroad company, to be on that track?
I'm not the one who gets permits. I was in the middle of the track, and I almost died.
Sarah Jones did die on those tracks. A statement released tonight to 2020 from the lawyer of Randall Miller and his wife, producer Jody Savin, says they believed they had permission to be on the tracks from Rainier and CSX. They had no reason to believe that anyone would be placed in danger. They will live with the sorrow of Sarah's death for the rest of their lives. Her death sent shockwaves through the filmmaking community, as nothing else had, since a helicopter killed 3 actors, 2 of them young children, during the 1982 filming of The Twilight Zone, the movie. Anita Bush and Jen Yamato of Deadline.com have been on top of the story from the start.
The one thing that the Twilight Zone incident did do is it's helped safety issues for children and for child labor laws. I think we're seeing the same thing for safety on the set with Midnight Rider and Sarah Jones. People will not forget Sarah Jones.
Days afterwards, hundreds of film and TV productions across the nation began to put Sarah Jones's name on their slates, from Scandal and The Big Bang Theory to Downton Abbey and Mad Men, all to reinforce the importance of on-the-set safety and to honor her memory.
This was personally given to us by Nina Dobrev of the Vampire Diaries.
I think latest count was 2,000 slates.
The slates for Sarah have a special place in the home of Sarah's parents, who were watching as the Oscars paid tribute. When you saw her name up on the screen at the Academy Awards, what were your feelings?
Overwhelming.
She made it to the Academy. She made it.
Yeah.
Earlier this month, heartened by news that there's now a smartphone app for crew members to get backup on safety issues, hundreds took part in a safety walkathon in Atlanta.
Never again let someone's daughter die.
Those in attendance included Sarah's family and the Vampire Diaries cast and crew.
In my head, she's always walking by me with this smile, and I'm in a bad mood, and all of a sudden I'm instantly in a good mood.
Nowhere is her memory more cherished than on the Vampire Diaries set, where the first shot of the day is called the Jonesy as a safety reminder.
The first shot is dedicated to Sarah Jones. Here we go, the Jonesy's up. Jonesy B. Mark.
The last day I ever saw Sarah, we'd rented some bikes and we're just bombing around Amsterdam and had just the best time together. I feel as blessed as I do that my memories of her are so positive and so wonderful.
We feel so blessed. To have had a daughter, to have had her for 27 years was wonderful.
That trial is set for early next year, and we want to know, have you ever been put in danger by your boss?
We hope you'll tweet us tonight. Use the hashtag ABC2020.